Hello everyone, welcome into my view. So I'm back from a little hiatus and all the busy going on in my life. So I decided to go back to what I do best, is talking about what I know. Politics. Well, today's show is on a very special anniversary. That anniversary is called Selma and what we know as Bloody Sunday. What does that mean? 50 years ago, on March 7th, 1960, March 7, 1965, which was the year we all know as Civil Rights Act that was passed, which was later guided by the Supreme Court in 2013. And over 300 marchers, both young and old, black and white. Yes, gays were in the closet, but they did march in Selma with these 300 marchers. They were marching from Selma, Alabama to Montgomery, Alabama, the state capital of Alabama, to simply say we have a right to vote. So they're marching on the Everett Bridge, and he was a well-known racist in the area. So what happens? They were met with guns, bayonets, and everything else you can think of that most people today would associate with police brutality. And basically they were pistol whipped, some of them were shot, murdered, and basically this was not seen on American television at all at that point, but this created a national awareness of the Civil Rights Act and Selma. So here we are 50 years later in 2015 on the same date, even though it's on a Saturday, and a lot of people are mumbling grumbling, but the point of this is to understand what Selma means to most people, such as myself. I mean, as Representative John Lewis, one of the forefronts of the Selma March and the March in Washington about a year or two later for Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, is to basically reflect on how far have we have come and how far we have yet to go in terms of the March on Selma to Montgomery. So what have we done so far? We have passed the Voting Rights Act, even though this major component of the Voting Rights Act was got out of the Supreme Court. This has called our legislature, which Congress, to basically either reintroduce in some way, shape, or form, or discuss it. But have they done that yet? No. And also for me as an openly gay man to basically talk to you about what matters to me the most is politics, whatever is on my mind, and what have you. But for me, when the president spoke on that in front of that bridge, and when he later marched with the first family, was that I was moved. I mean, I haven't heard a speech like that from any president at all for quite some time. To me, that was the most pivotal speech he has given since he was elected as president of the White House in 2008. And it's sort of invoked of his Yes We Can movement when he was pitching for the White House in 2008. But let's think on how far we have yet to go. People can still be discriminated against based upon their color, their gender, sexual orientation, religious creed, etc. How can we stop this? Basically, we can hold our election officials accountable by making laws that will allow discrimination based upon color, sex, sexual orientation, religious creed, disability, and what have you. That we can say enough's enough, to where we can vote them out of office. Non-violent protest, which he did back in summer in the 1960s, and also the right to bitch and complain by going to the voting booth come election day. So you can wonder, what does someone mean to me? Even though I'm a Caucasian white man, in his mid to late 20s, in his mother's basement, that's besides the point. For me, Selma opened up the has opened up the doors to the gay rights movement of Stonewall, which happened in 1968, to where we are now, 2015, where where it would not have been inconceivable for the Supreme Court to consider the ban on same-sex marriage, which will come later in April 28th, with hoping to end all marriage bans come June, which I think will happen, but I will discuss that in another video come April. So, for me, that's what Selma means to me. What does Selma mean to you? So if you can at least share me what Selma means to you 50 years later, share it in the comments below. And yes, if you watched the movie, share that below. So spoiler alert if you actually have not seen the movie yet. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm probably could be surprised for some spoilers in the comments below. So if you like what you see, and share your own thoughts on what Selma means to you, so share it in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on another topic in my own views. So that'll be about Hillary Clinton in 2016. Yes, I decided to join the bandwagon, so I'll see you same time, hopefully next week. Have a good night, America, and as always, from my mouth to your ears, in my own view. Have a good night.